Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Keeping Score podcast presented by Corwin Motors. I am your host, Josh Amick. This week, we have some updates on Flathead Braves athlete that continues to set milestones, getting you caught up to speed on American Legion baseball and the West vs. East football shrine game. So without further ado, let's get into last week's highlights that you might have missed. William Hollensteiner was named an All-American after finishing in 6th place in the boys 400 meters at the Nike Outdoor Nationals in Oregon. Coming off a record-setting performance at the state AA meet in Kalispell in late May, Hollensteiner ran in 6 of 7 heats at the University of Oregon's Hayward Field. He won the heat in 47.30 seconds and ended up behind 5 athletes from the 7th and final heat. William then followed up his All-American showing on Saturday with the victory at the Nike Outdoor Nationals on Sunday and the emerging elite 400-meter hurdles, finishing the race in 52.12 seconds, nearly 2 seconds ahead of second-place Jaden Martinez out of Colorado. The emerging elite distinction implies a slower field in the championship final, which he ran right after, and Hollensteiner's time would have placed him 7th in that race as well. Whitefish's Simon Douglas placed 73rd in the emerging elite 1 mile in 4 minutes 28.99 seconds. There were 88 competitors, with the winning time at 4:12:47. Douglas ran a personal record 1:54:39 while finishing 14th in Saturday's emerging elite 800. Glacier's Owen Thiel won the first heat of the championship 1 mile Sunday, finishing in 4:11:32. He was 11th after 1 lap, 7th after 2, then took the lead on lap 3 and finished 18th overall. Switching over to baseball, the Kalispell AA Leakers beat the Kootenai Valley Rangers 13-0 before dropping back-to-back games against the Missoula Mavericks 6-5 and 9-1. Jackson Heino drove in 2 runs as the Lakers scored early and often in the 13-0 victory over the Rangers. After opening the frame with a double, Kilbrink scored on an error to make it 2-0. Heino made it 4-0 with a 2-run single to left that brought in Kyler Croft and Andre Seifers. An Austin Brand single and a fielder's choice capped off the 5-run frame for the Lakers. Ryland Davis singled in the bottom of the 8th of Game 1 to help the Mavericks sweep the Lakers. Davis's walk-off winner came after the Lakers pulled back from a 5-0 deficit in the 5th inning. Austin Brennan got the Lakers on the board in the 5th with an RBI single to right that scored Bryce Buckmaster. Later in the inning, Luke Nikkinen made it a 5-3 game with a single to center, scoring Hunter Fan and Brennan. The Lakers then tied it on an Oscar Callis single that brought home Nikkinen and Carter Schlegel. In Game 2, Davis singled in the 2nd inning to put the Mavericks up 2-0, bringing in Fairchild. Easton Reimers busted the game open with a 4-inning triple that drove home 3. Reimers finished with 4 RBIs in the game. Nikkinen scored the lone run for the Rangers, coming home on an error. The Lakers still have a great record on the season after dropping those 2 games and currently sit at 23-13. Liam Breck tripled twice and drove in 2 runs against the Renton Rebels as the Kalispell A Lakers split a pair of games at the Palouse Summer Series Friday. In the first game, Kalispell took a 6-2 decision over Renton, while in Game 2, the Lakers spelled the Merchants 3-2. Breck's first triple came in his first at-bat, driving in Bo Schultz and giving Kalispell a 1-0 lead. His second made it a 3-1 game in the top of the 3rd as Schultz came home again, and the next batter, Dylan Wink, brought Reek home with a single to grow the advantage 4-1. Max Shar went the distance on the mound for the Lakers, striking out 4 and allowing 6 hits. In Game 2, White Sharp got the Lakers on the board in the bottom of the 1st to tie the game at 1. After the Merchants took the lead 2-1, George Schwann tied the game again with an RBI single in the 6th. The Merchants had just enough offense, though, as they added another run in the 7th inning, and the Lakers left a runner stranded on first to end the game. The A Lakers now sit on the season at 23-20. The Libby Loggers picked up a pair of wins over the Glacier Twins, 9-4 and 6-2. After the game was tied at 4, the Loggers plated 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning and added another in the 6th to extend their lead 9-4. Aiden Rose and Branson Holzer each collected 2 hits and drove in a run, while Bo Miles scored 3 times. Nolan Ammerman led the Twins with 2 hits and 2 runs scored. Wes Ammerman drove in 2. In their second game, Holzer was lights out on the mound, pitching a complete game, allowing 1 earned run and fanning 4. Miles collected 2 more hits, and Elijah Folk had a multi-hit game with an RBI. Nolan Ammerman led the Twins and all hitters with 3 hits. The wins brought the Loggers' record to 12-20 overall and dropped the Twins to 2-16. Moving on to football, Merrick Mahilish hit Helena Capital teammate Dylan Almquist with a 26-yard touchdown pass late in the first half. Florence's Mason Arlington made a goal line interception late, and the West defeated the East 14-7 in the 78th East First West Shrine game. It was the West's fifth straight win in this series, which raises money for the Spokane Shriners Hospital. The West team was stocked with area athletes, running back Kobe Dorchis, safety Carson Baker, receiver Bridger Smith, and tackle Ben Winters, all from Glacier, defensive end Scotty Dalen, and safety Carson Golick of Whitefish, and guard Lane Bormans of Columbia Falls. That is going to wrap up this week's episode of the Keeping Score podcast presented by Corwin Motors. I want to thank you all who tuned in, and we'll see you all next week on another episode of the Keeping Score podcast. Until then, take care. Thanks to Corwin Motors for sponsoring the Keeping Score podcast. At Corwin Motors, they're proud to be family-driven for over 100 years. Their commitment goes beyond selling cars. They're dedicated to serving our community and providing you with the highest quality vehicles to fit your lifestyle. Whether you're searching for reliability, style, or comfort, they got you covered. They understand that you rely on their website for accurate and up-to-date information, and it's their promise to deliver relevant, detailed content that meets your needs. So if you're in the market for a new Chevrolet or just want to learn more, visit CorwinMotorsKalispell.com.